Our moon, about 1/4 the size of Earth, is large as moons go. It is nearly the size of the planet Mercury. Its surface is mostly lava, dust, and various kinds of rock formed by the shattering heat of crashing meteoroids. There is no air here and no sounds. The dust is neither stirred by wind nor wet by water. A footprint left here will remain undisturbed for millions of years. About 75 million kilometers beyond Earth, the red planet, Mars. Some had hoped to find Martians digging canals and managing vast farms. But as far as we know, there is no life on Mars. The planet does have seasons. Ice caps at the poles change size as summers and winters pass. Every 25,000 years, they tilt a bit toward the sun and may melt, giving Mars rivers and valleys. The atmosphere on Mars is a near vacuum, 200 times thinner than Earth's. The planet's surface is marked with craters, canyons as long as North America is wide, faults and sand dunes. The crust is pierced by many volcanoes, including Olympus Mons, 3 times higher than Mount Everest. The thin atmosphere is easily penetrated by ultraviolet rays from the sun, deadly to all but the most hardy microbes, and there is no oxygen. Yet we have not quite abandoned the idea that something that moves lives here. Mars has 2 small moons, Phobos and Deimos. Phobos, the larger of the two, is 17 miles long or 30 kilometers. Beyond Mars, in an orbit where we expect another planet, we find instead the asteroids. Thousands of pieces of metallic rock, raw materials perhaps for a planet that was never born. The largest is about the size of the state of California. The smallest, a grain of dust. Farther out from the asteroids, the largest of all planets, giant Jupiter, ruling 14 moons. Had it grown 5 to 10 times larger, it might have collapsed, ignited, and glowed with a red light. Our sun would then have become a double star, like billions of others in the universe. The Great Red Spot is perhaps a gigantic hurricane. The Earth would easily fit inside this red spot. Jupiter's atmosphere, topped by bands of frozen ammonia clouds, is 1,000 kilometers deep. Below the atmosphere, hydrogen, compressed into a liquid by the sheer weight of the gases above it. Of Jupiter's 14 moons, the largest is Ganymede. It is 1.5 times larger than our moon. Moving farther out, light from the sun grows dimmer, and distances between planets grow greater. Nearly 1.5 billion kilometers out from the sun, the most elegant object in the solar system, Saturn, with its rings circled by 10 moons. The rings of Saturn are composed of countless rocks coated with ice. They are so thin, distant stars can be seen through them. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, has an atmosphere, a poisonous mixture of hydrogen and methane gas. Far beyond Saturn, the third of the giant gaseous planets, Uranus, girdled by 5 rings. Uranus is 4 times larger than Earth. Its surface is veiled by clouds of frozen ammonia. The distance to the next planet is more than 1 billion kilometers. Neptune, the last of the giants, accompanied by Triton, one of its moons. Triton is perhaps the largest moon in the solar system. It orbits so close to Neptune, it is expected to crash within the next 10 to 100 million years. The sun is but a bright star shedding no warmth on the desolate landscape of Pluto, the last and least known of the planets. Moving on, we look back to see Pluto eclipse the sun. We are now on the outer edge of our solar system. It takes light from the sun 5 hours to reach here, and more than 4 years to reach the nearest star out in space. It is probable that many of the billions of stars in our Milky Way are orbited by planets. And beyond our galaxy lie billions of other galaxies with their countless stars. Are we alone in the universe? Or are there beings on some distant planet watching the night sky, wondering, imagining of all things, us?